Hi everyone, it's GB Grillmaster here with
Rib King.
and today we're going to be doing a cook in the rain because the UK weather is shocking, and today we're going to be concentrating on pork. So what we're looking at, we've got 2 racks of pork ribs, we've got some pork belly, and we've got pork shoulder.
So we're going to start by prepping the meats. We're going to prep the ribs, cut them down a bit, make them into more of a St. Louis style rib. Then we're going to be cutting the pork belly into sort of 1-inch cubes. And then we're going to be injecting and seasoning the pork shoulder, or as our friends across the pond like to call it, the pork butt. Don't know why it's nowhere near the bum. So yeah, we're going to get started.
So we've now just prepped all the meat. We didn't actually film the prepping because it took quite a lot of time, so we thought we'd just go straight to this point where they're actually all prepped and ready to go. So first of all, we've got the pork belly that's cut into nice thick 1.5-inch cubes. The reason we keep them nice and fat is because they are actually going to shrink down over the 7 hours of cooking. The next one we got is the pulled pork, or the pork shoulder, or bust and butt. That is injected with Thatcher's Haze Cloudy English cider, and also both rubbed down with Oak Ridge Dominator sweet rub. Now, as you can see, it's raining here today outside in the UK, so we're not sure how this is going to work out today, but hopefully it'll be really good.
So the ribs, we've trimmed the ribs down and cut off the excess sort of fat. We've taken the membrane off, then we've rubbed them in mustard.
So we're going to be putting the pulled pork and the ribs on the Traeger 135. I'm saying the ribs is going to take about 7 hours. The Boston butt or pulled pork is probably going to take about 10. The reason I'm doing 135, slightly hotter than normal, is it's really cold, and so the temperature might be fluctuating up and down, so I want to make sure that 135 is there constantly.
And then the pork belly's going to be going on the Weber for about 8 hours at 135. Fingers crossed we can maintain that temperature. Hi guys, so we are 2.5 hours into the cook. We've maintained, surprisingly, a good temperature of 135, 140 throughout. And so we're lifting the lid on this pork belly now. We've got a tray of apple juice in the middle. As you can see, the coals are burning around the outside, and then as they go through, they get smoked. So what will happen now is we'll have to move the pork belly around away from the heat, and then use the vent to sort of direct the smoke out the opposite side. So that's the pork belly done.
And on the Traeger, we're pretty much ready to take the ribs off now. So they've done 2.5 hours, 135, ready to rock. The actual pulled pork itself is going to stay on there for a bit longer. So you can see that is really looking good. Great colour. Again, we've got nice and sweet, one, a little bit of spice. So it's time to get these off and put them in the butter bath. So it's time to put them in the butter bath. We've got butter, brown sugar, and honey. We'll put them in, meat side down, wrap them up. We've got 3 layers of foil there so that this liquid can't get out on the smoker. We'll wrap these up and get them back on for another 2 hours. 4.5 hours now into the cook, probably around 6 beers or so. We're now starting to check the temperature. So on the Traeger, we've wrapped the pulled pork. We've also wrapped the ribs in that butter bath that we showed you earlier. They're now temping at about 85, something like that. Yeah, 86. And we're just waiting now for the temperature to go up to 98, and then they'll be ready. So as you can see, the ribs have started to look really good, and they should be ready to come off in probably about 10-15 minutes or so for the glaze. Ribs are all done, so we've got 2 racks, 1 slightly spicy,
Well done.
1 sweet. As you can see, really good smoke ring, still good moisture in there, and they taste, well, let's try them.
They taste amazing. The first one I had fell off the bone. Incredible.
Amazing.
Pork belly to come next. So we've got some pork shoulder here, or also known as the Boston butt, cooked for 6 hours. Pulled apart, just some normal sort of barbecue sauce on it. Looks really good, to be fair. I must admit I haven't tasted a bit as of yet, but Brad's tasted a bit, haven't you?
Yep. So I think what's really good is that smoke ring that you can still see on some of the pieces. The smoke really did get into the meat and made it a really nice smoky flavour on that Traeger.
Yeah, really juicy, to be fair, I must admit. Yeah, really, really nice. Lovely on the bun with some slaw, I think.
Cool.
Lovely. Okay, finally up tonight, we have the pork belly that's been cooked on the Weber for, again, about 6 hours. 130. I was really pleased that we were able to sort of maintain 130 most of the time, which was really good, considering its coals and trickery and stuff like that. I've never actually cooked this or eaten this before. Gary's introduced me to it, so Gary will tell you a bit more about it.
You grab a piece and I'll talk you through what we did. So basically we had the pork belly seasoned and on the smoker for around 2.5 hours. We then put it into a butter bath with some sugar, honey and butter. Then finally we took it out of that bath and put it into a glaze bath, which is made up of honey, barbecue sauce and a rib candy. So, verdict?
Oh, that's really, really good. It's really soft, pulls apart. The sauce on top is beautifully sweet. And you get it's just perfect. Really, really lovely taste. Really
that
nice
one
taste.
looks a real good one, which I'm going to go for in a second. So today we had not very good weather here in the UK, but we tried anyway, and we had some really good results. Pulled pork was excellent, ribs were fantastic, and the pork belly was really good. So overall, a big success, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
Okay.
So we're finishing today with lamb shank. What's up, guys?
Right, okay, here we go.
Go.
6 beers in, 4.5. I was going to start it with that. Right.